So for the past couple of weeks, I've been doing all my reading on the BOOX Go 6 Gen 2, a pleasingly compact e-reader device that slips just about into a trouser pocket, as long as you're not wearing skinny jeans, or you're already packing quite a lot in there. And graphic novels definitely still count as reading, there's still words and stuff. 189 quid, this is one of the more affordable BOOX e-readers, but is it worth that price? What's actually changed compared with Gen 1? Well, here's my full BOOX Go 6 Gen 2 review, and for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do poke subscribe, ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now, perhaps not too shockingly, as it's called the BOOX Go 6 Gen 2, you do have a 6-inch display slapped on here, which is actually a similar size to the also pocket-friendly BOOX Palmer 2. In fact, this one slips into a pocket more easily as it's more of a smartphone-y shape. Although for actually reading stuff, I certainly prefer the more square display here on the BOOX Go 6 Gen 2. It's just a more natural aspect ratio for pretty much any kind of content, including web browsing as well. As you can see there, the bezels are fairly chunky, but they're also flush with the actual screen itself, which I rather like. This just helps to give this e-reader a nice slender profile, just 6.8 millimeters. It weighs just 160 grams, and even someone with tiny wee hobbit hands like myself can comfortably grip this thing, hold it for hours at a stretch, while, you know, reclining in bed, on the sofa, by the pool, if you happen to be on your holidays. And that plastic back is literally groovy. As you can see, you've got a textured finish, which just helps to add a wee bit of grip. And this right here is the plum model, which is effectively black. You've got an ever so slight bluey tint when you tilt it to the light, just so. You can also grab the BOOX Go 6 Gen 2 in a variety of lighter colors if you prefer shell, custard, and stone. However, as with previous BOOX e-readers, that back end does get rather mucky, even with just a light bit of handling. So as you can see there, several greasy, fingery marks all over it, and yes, my hands are perhaps slightly greasier than average. Not exactly helped by my deep adoration for fried pork-based snacks. But if you don't particularly enjoy wearing gloves while reading, you'll have to give this thing plenty of cleaning. Speaking of which, there's no full-on water resistance here, so I certainly wouldn't take it to enjoy a book in the pool or the bath, just in case. But if you want to, as usual, you can snaffle yourself an official BOOX Go 6 Gen 2 cover. This is pretty basic, straightforward stuff. You've got a soft touch finish inside and outside. Just get your Go 6, slap it on the inside like that. Magnets hold it firmly in place. It'll take an awful lot of jiggling to get that to come loose. And it's particularly good if you're too lazy to hit that power button, because when you're done reading on your BOOX Go 6, you can just close this thing up, and as you see, automatically hibernates and wakes it again when you open it. You've got the usual pin security to get in there, but sadly no built-in fingerprint sensor on that power button to bypass this. That's why it is a case of tapping in that pin every single time you want to turn this thing on, which can get rather tiresome, but I'd feel if you're not having a pin or a password protection, I'm signing into my Google account on this thing. And once you're in there, as usual, the BOOX Go 6 Gen 2 is running full Android, although it's pretty much unrecognizable because BOOX has heavily customized that UI. And it is actually Android version 11, which is so old right now. It was actually released during the plague, the COVID plague, not the original Black Death, obviously. Not that it really matters too much, because although you've got full Google Play support, you can effectively download pretty much any app. It is first and foremost an e-reader device. And I found that I do rather like the UI here on the BOOX devices. First of all, I really like cute wee pictures that pop up on the lock screen now, definitely improvement over earlier versions. And then as soon as you unlock it, you're straight into your library, so any books that you've downloaded onto this thing, with full cover art, and you can also see how far through each book you are as well, plus the actual file format. Just give these a quick tap and you're basically straight in. And if you're bereft of reading material, you can just hop on over to the store where you'll find a selection of basically the classics, lots of free to read stuff. All of the bangers are here, including stories about animals with pictures to match. And of course, yes, apps. You do, as I said before, have full Google Play Store support. So you can effectively download any app that's compatible with Android 11 at least, including, yes, games and media streaming, things like Crunchyroll. But of course, works better with simpler apps, the likes of Kobo and the Kindle app as well. You got 32 gigs of storage for your apps and books on here, which, you know, assuming you don't go mental and try and download Wuthering Waves on this thing, it should be absolutely fine. And certainly enough to get hundreds and hundreds of graphic novels, let alone regular books, slammed on here. And if you find you need a bit more space, well, no worries, you do actually have micro SD memory card support as well. My only real complaint is that there's limited customization as usual, and also the swipe gestures are a little bit fiddly. I do find you've got to do it in just the right way, in just the right position, otherwise quite often it just fails. And it is touch controls all of the way because there's absolutely bugger all physical buttons on this thing besides that power button up top. But as usual, you've got that excellent BOOX control center which you can drag down at any point from the top right corner. And this gives you fast access to a whole bunch of useful features, including various display toggles. You can mute your notifications, you can toggle the stylus support on and off, do a full refresh of that display if you need to. There's a massive time saver because saves you having to jump all the way back to the main UI eventually and then hit settings and do whatever you need to do. But one of the main reasons I've always much preferred BOOX to, say, for instance, a Kindle is the fact you've got excellent file support here. So pretty much any format out there you can imagine is supported on here. The likes of CBRs, CBZs, Mobis, PDFs. It all just seems to work on here. I'm yet to find a file format that it struggles with. But do bear in mind that just like its predecessor, the BOOX Go 6 Gen 2 is Wi-Fi only. There's no SIM support for data access. So you'll need to connect to Wi-Fi to download fresh books, etc. And as usual, reading books, or at least regular books, is an eye-pleasing delight here on the 6-inch screen. You've got a matte finish, so that helps to kick any glare right in the danglies. You do have a bit of dual tone front lighting to help illuminate that screen as well if you need to. This certainly gets bright enough to comfortably use outdoors, even on a very sunny day. As you can see there, uniform lighting as well. Unfortunately, there's no auto brightness feature here, no sensor to detect when it's bright and when it's dark, so you'll have to manually tweak it like so, but at least that control center makes it nice and easy. And just below, you can also play around with the color temperature of the screen to make everything warmer, a bit easier on the eye for the low light viewing, although it certainly doesn't get quite as warm as some of those more expensive BOOX devices. And this screen is 300 pixels per inch, so pleasingly crispy, even if you like the tiniest wee fonts possible. As long as your peepers are up to it, it's certainly sharp enough to handle these tiny fonts. You can still clearly read every word. And certainly sharp enough to do justice to graphic novels and comics as well. Those illustrations beautifully crispy. Of course, it is full black and white only. It's monochrome, no color whatsoever in there, but the contrast is good. In fact, my only problem with reading graphic novels on this thing is the fact that the screen size is just too compact. Made it a real challenge at times, especially for my creaky old peepers, when there were lots of tiny little speech bubbles involved. So if you are a fan of the old graphic novels, I'd certainly say maybe upgrade to something with a bigger screen. And as with previous BOOX devices as well, you've got that e-inkwise shenanigans. Give this a quick tap at any point and you can change the refresh settings for all of your individual apps. And certainly the likes of a web browser where you're skimming through like so is better with the fast refresh. I've had next to bugger all issues with ghosting on this thing as well. A little bits here and there when reading graphic novels again. An old speech bubble from the previous page sometimes is just about visible, but you can do a full refresh if you need to, and I've found that generally it's not a problem. Now, so far, if you've got yourself the original BOOX Go 6 and you're wondering whether to upgrade to the Gen 2, you might be thinking to yourself, hang on, this is just the exact same bloody thing. One of the big upgrades for this generation is the fact that you can now use BOOX's very own InkSense Plus stylus, with a good old scribble on that screen. So you can use this to scribble on documents, make little annotations, etc, etc. You could also do handwritten notes, so you can create little artistic masterpieces like this bonanza right here. And pairing up is painless. I've had no issues at all. Only thing is you have to remember to actually charge the stylus using USB Type-C, exactly the same as you would the BOOX Go 6. You don't have any built-in speakers with the BOOX Go 6 Gen 2, only Bluetooth 5.0 streaming, which is pretty handy if you decide to stream audiobooks and the likes of Audible, or for some mental reason you try watching some YouTube on this thing. At least your Uncle Spurt only looks slightly horrific on an e-paper display. The worst of the wrinkles, sags and general despair aren't quite on show as usual. And the BOOX Go 6 Gen 2 once again powered by a pretty basic octa-core chipset, although at least the RAM count has been boosted for this generation to 3 gigs over 2. It's So everything feels that little bit nippier, but occasionally you will see that a tap doesn't quite have the intended effect, or occasionally something just takes that little bit longer than you would expect to load up. It's certainly not what I would call a silky smooth experience at all times. Occasionally you just have to slip on the patient pants. As for the battery crammed in here, well, no changes at all over the previous generation. It's once again a fairly dinky 1500 mAh cell. And of course, how much actual battery life you can expect from a full charge will very much depend on what you're up to here. So for instance, if you're messing around in the likes of Google Chrome, browsing the internet, you can expect around sort of 3 to 4 hours of use from a full charge. On the flip side, however, just reading books in the Kindle app, I got more like 8 to 9 hours of use. And again, this will depend on how bright you've got the display, all kinds of different factors. This was mostly reading outdoors, as it's actually been like sunny here in the UK. That's why if you are on your holidays, just sat around the swimming pool, you can comfortably expect a full day of reading by that pool without having to worry about plugging this thing in again. And there you have it, my lovelies. That in a delicious wee nutshell is what I reckon of the BOOX Go 6 Gen 2. So as you can see, very few upgrades over the Gen 1. So if you've already got the Gen 1, I'd say maybe save your pennies. Unless you're, super keen on getting a bit of stylus action on the go, because it's basically just, your extra gig of RAM and a few other tiny little background tweaks. But if you're after a compact wee e-reader that you can just about slip into a pocket, excellent file support, pretty respectable battery life, a nice crispy bright display as well. It'll certainly do the job. Fantastic for taking away on trips and keeping you entertained. Just be warned that if you do read a lot of graphic novels, I would certainly upgrade to a larger model, because otherwise it is a bit of a strain on the old eyeballs. That's what I reckon anyway. It'd be great to hear your thoughts on the BOOX Go 6 Gen 2 down below. Please do plug subscribe, ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech. Have yourselves a ruddy wonderful rest of the week. Cheers everybody, love you!